Incandescent bulb flickers above the dining table, exposing the cracks in our carefully constructed fable. I see the tired wrinkles forming around your eyes, a brutal illumination that no one can disguise.
The lampshade is dusty, cast in a yellowish hue,
highlighting the distance dividing me from you.
We try to hide the blemishes
behind a gentle smile, but visibility destroys our artificial style.
The morning rays creep slowly past the drawn blind, revealing the mess that we carelessly left behind. No romantic dimness to soften the bitter blow, just a clinical brightness creating an awkward show.
I notice the trembling shaking your delicate hand, the visual evidence that I finally understand. The shadows retreat, leaving nowhere to conceal the terrifying magnitude of what we actually feel. The lens is focused, the aperture is wide. There is no dark corner remaining to hide a harsh exposure, capturing the brutal truth, developing the negative of our wasted youth. Caught forever in the somber light, eradicating the mystery of the night. We look at each other with an absolute dread, seeing the corpse of a love that is dead. No filters at back, no flattering glow, just a miserable reality putting on a show. The optical illusion finally loses its mind, naked and shivering in the somber light.
Motes of dust dance lazily through the visual beam, a cinematic failure of our optimistic dream. I trace the dull contours of your downturned face,
Recognizing the emptiness invading the space. The candle wax melted down to the ceramic base, extinguishing the magic of a magical place.
the overcast sky peers through the dirty glass,
A pale afternoon watching the tragedy pass. Everything is tinted in a sickening pale gray, washing the vibrant colors entirely away. My peripheral vision catches you looking down, a defeated king wearing an invisible crown. The lens is focused, the aperture is wide. There is no dark corner remaining to hide a harsh exposure, capturing the brutal truth, developing the negative of our wasted youth. Caught forever in the somber light, eradicating the mystery of the night. We look at each other with an absolute dread, seeing the corpse of a love that is dead. No filters of flight, no flattering glow, just a miserable reality putting on a show. The optical illusion finally loses its mind, naked and shivering in the somber light. Oh.
squinting our eyes against the terrible glare,
Examining the ruins of a broken affair,
the photon rays pierce directly through the bone,
proving definitively that we are entirely alone.
turn off the switch, plunges back into the blind.
Give me back the ignorance of my foolish mind. Too bright, pale sight, lose the fight. Caught forever naked and shivering in the somber light.
The bowl burns out,
the room goes gray,
watching the last of the
illumination decay. Harsh truth, somber light. Twilight strips the colors from the western sky, watching the final hints of daylight die. The timber is turned to a brittle gray ash. No more explosions, no more sudden crash.
A chilling breeze sweeps across the campsite ground,
scattering the remnants of the passion we found. I pull my wool sweater tight around my neck, surveying the damage of this emotional wreck.
Charcoal crumbles beneath my heavy boot. Our grand forest is reduced to blackened root. I blow on the dust, hoping for
a tiny spark, but my breath only summons the impending dark.
the fuel is exhausted, the branches are stripped.
The chalice of affection has been fully sipped. Staring at the smoke drifting into the pine, accepting that your warmth is no longer mine. The temperature drops as the shadows grow long. We reach the final verse of a crackling song. No wood left to chop, no branches to break, just a shivering chill that we cannot shake. We are nothing but fading embers in the dirt, glowing just enough to remind us of the hurt. A dying illumination against the winter frost, calculating the magnitude of everything we lost. The orange hue is surrendering to the black. There is no magical wind to bring the fire back. We huddle for warmth but continue to freeze, just fading embers scattered by the breeze.
I remember the roaring blaze of our early days, lost in an intoxicating, blinding maze. But seasons shift and the autumn leaves descend, signaling a natural, unavoidable end. My hands reach out to the faint rusty glow,
seeking a sanctuary we used to know. The crackle is gone, replaced by a hiss, a quiet demise of our fiery kiss. I watch the red turn to an absolute pale, a tragic conclusion to an epic tale. No matches remain in my empty coat, just a lump of cold coal trapped in my throat. The temperature drops as the shadows grow long. We reach the final verse of a crackling song. No wood left to chop, no branches to break, just a shivering chill that we cannot shake. We are nothing but fading embers in the dirt, glowing just enough to remind us of the hurt. A dying illumination against the winter frost, calculating the magnitude of everything we lost. The orange hue is surrendering to the black. There is no magical wind to bring the fire back. We huddle for warmth but continue to freeze, just fading embers scattered by the breeze. Scattered by the breeze. Oh, blink once,
the light is dim.
blink twice, the chances grow grim. The oxygen thin, suffocating the ray, turning our vibrant yesterdays entirely gray. We cannot rub sticks to manufacture a lie. Sometimes you just have to watch the glow die. cooling down, turning pale. End of the trail. We are nothing but fading embers in the dirt, blowing just enough to remind us of the hurt. The dying illumination against the winter frost, calculating the magnitude of everything we lost. The orange hue is surrendering to the black. There is no magical wind to bring the fire back. We huddle for warmth but continue to freeze, just fading embers scattered by the breeze. Let the ash settle, let the night wind, paying the toll for our fiery sin, cold hands, fading embers. Marble pillars cracking under the celestial weight, vines of dark ivy strangling the rusted iron gate. We built a glorious empire of affection and trust. Now I am walking through a metropolis of dust. The statues of our heroes have lost their chiseled face. Erosion is erasing the majesty of this place. The grand cathedral ceiling has fallen to the floor. We cannot worship at this altar anymore. The aqueducts are broken, the reservoir is dry. A spectacular civilization left alone to die. I excavate the rubble searching for a shiny coin, a relic of the era when our spirits used to join. But the architecture failed, the foundation was weak, a structural disaster that leaves me unable to speak. The Colosseum crumbles, the gladiators bleed, a monumental failure born from an arrogant greed. Tourists of our own destruction, wandering the debris, looking at the wreckage of what we used to be. The historical society has condemned the entire zone, leaving us isolated on a deteriorating throne. We are standing in the center of a ruined love, abandoned by the heavens and the stars above. A spectacular collapse of an architectural dream, ripped completely apart at the central scene. The artifacts are buried underneath the gray ash, a tragic casualty of an emotional crash. No construction crew can rebuild what we lost, paying the ultimate catastrophic cost. Buried alive inside this ruined love. The frescoes on the walls are peeling into the damp. I navigate the catacombs holding a flickering lamp, reading the hieroglyphics we carved into the stone, translating the tragedy of ending up alone. A volcanic eruption of our volatile pride, suffocating the citizens who were trapped inside. The cobblestones are shattered, the bridges have decayed, a terrifying monument to the mistakes we made. I brush the dirt away from a shattered mosaic tile, remembering the era when we actually used to smile. But Pompeii is buried, the lava cooled down, creating a graveyard out of our favorite town. Tourists of our own destruction, wandering the debris, looking image of what we used to be. The historical society has condemned the entire zone, leaving us isolated on a deteriorating throne. We are standing in the center of a ruined love, abandoned by the heavens and the stars above. A spectacular collapse of an architectural dream, ripped completely apart at the central scene. The artifacts are buried underneath the gray ash, a tragic casualty of an emotional crash. No construction crew can rebuild what we lost, paying the ultimate catastrophic cost. Buried alive inside this ruined love. Territory back to the wild earth. Acknowledge the tragedy, accept the total dearth. Crumbling down, turning to dust, losing the trust. Crumbling down, turning to dust, losing the trust, losing the trust. Abandoned by the heavens and the stars above. A spectacular collapse of an architectural dream, ripped completely apart at the central scene. The artifacts are buried underneath the gray ash, a tragic casualty of an emotional crash. No construction crew can rebuild what we lost, paying the ultimate catastrophic cost. Buried alive inside this ruined love. The dust settles over the ancient stone, a spectacular tragedy, sitting alone. Fallen empire, ruined love. Thick felt is wedged between the hammers and the keys, an orchestra infected by a silencing disease. I press down on the ivory, but nothing rings out clear. A paralyzed sonata that nobody will ever hear. The grand piano sits inside the corner, looking grand, but it rejects the desperation of my trembling hand. We swallowed our vocabulary, gagged the spoken word, becoming the most tragic symphony ever unheard. The nylon string snapped against the wooden bridge, a voiceless composition stranded on a frozen ridge. I slide my fingers up the fretboard searching for a tone, but the instrument produces nothing but a hollow groan. The tuners are completely rusted, stripped of all their gears, unable to broadcast the accumulation of my tears. We lost the frequency, the broadcast went completely dead, leaving a profound vacuum. It existing in my head. Lower the volume down to absolute zero. Strip the cape away from the tragic hero. Disconnect the cables, sever the audio line, erase the resonance of your soul meeting mine. We are playing nothing but muted chords, a quiet battlefield of invisible swords. Unsung melodies dying in the throat, a masterclass in missing the fundamental note. The harmony is gagged, the rhythm is suppressed. Terrible quietness beating in our chest, plucking the wires but no music affords. Trapped in the silence of these muted chords.
The amplifier blew a fuse and started emitting smoke. The microphone is severed, every single cable broke. I stand upon the stage and scream into the empty void, but the acoustic properties are utterly destroyed. No decibels exist to quantify the sheer despair, just a pointless vibration trembling in the air.
My larynx is locked, paralyzed by fright, a suppressed performance in the middle of the night. We whisper our complaints into a suffocating jar, unable to articulate exactly who we are. The lyrics are forgotten, erased off the page, a pantomime of sorrow upon a soundproof stage. Lower the volume down to absolute zero. Strip the cape away from the tragic hero. Disconnect the cables, sever the audio line, erase the resonance of your soul meeting mine. We are playing nothing but muted chords, a quiet battlefield of invisible swords. Unsung melodies dying in the throat, a masterclass in missing the fundamental note. The harmony is gagged, the rhythm is suppressed. Terrible quietness beating in our chest, plucking the wires but no music affords. Trapped in the silence of these muted chords.
A sonic black hole, swallowing the scream, a completely soundless, terrifying dream.
The equalizer flatlines, the monitor is blank, drowned in the quiet inside a sensory tank. Speak up, shout out, try to make a sound before this heavy silence buries us underground. Hush, don't speak, the frequency is weak. We are playing nothing but muted chords, a quiet battlefield of invisible swords. Unsung melodies dying in the throat, a masterclass in missing the fundamental note. The harmony is gagged, the rhythm is suppressed. A terrible quietness beating in our chest, plucking the wires but no music affords. Trapped in the silence of these muted chords, cut the mic and the song. We stayed quiet for way too long. No sound, no sound, muted chords.
Marble pillars cracking under the celestial weight. Vines of dark ivy strangling the rusted iron gate. We built a glorious empire of affection and trust. Now I am walking through a metropolis of dust. The statues of our heroes have lost their chiseled face. Erosion is erasing the majesty of this place. The grand cathedral ceiling has fallen to the floor. We cannot worship at this altar anymore. The aqueducts are broken, the reservoir is dry. A spectacular civilization left alone to die. I excavate the rubble searching for a shiny coin, a relic of the era when our spirits used to join. But the architecture failed, the foundation was weak, a structural disaster that leaves me unable to speak. The Colosseum crumbles, the gladiators bleed, a monumental failure born from an arrogant greed. Tourists of our own destruction wander in the debris, looking at the wreckage of what we used to be. The historical society has condemned the entire zone, leaving us isolated on a deteriorating throne. We are standing in the center of a ruined love, abandoned by the heavens and the stars above. A spectacular collapse of an architectural dream, ripped completely apart at the central seam. The artifacts are buried underneath the gray ash, a tragic casualty of an emotional crash. No construction crew can rebuild what we lost, paying the ultimate catastrophic cost. Buried alive inside this ruined love. The frescoes on the walls are peeling into the damp. I navigate the catacombs holding a flickering lamp, reading the hieroglyphics we carved into the stone, translating the tragedy of ending up alone. The volcanic eruption of our volatile pride, suffocating the citizens who were trapped inside. The cobblestones are shattered, the bridges have decayed, a terrifying monument to the mistakes we made. I brush the dirt away from a shattered mosaic tile, remembering the era when we actually used to smile. But Pompeii is buried, the lava cooled down, creating a graveyard out of our favorite town. Tourists of our own destruction wander in the debris, looking at the wreckage of what we used to be. The historical society has condemned the entire zone, leaving us isolated on a deteriorating throne. We are standing in the center of a ruined love, abandoned by the heavens and the stars above. A spectacular collapse of an architectural dream, ripped completely apart at the central seam. The artifacts are buried underneath the gray ash, a tragic casualty of an emotional crash. No construction crew can rebuild what we lost, paying the ultimate catastrophic cost. Buried alive inside this ruined love. Leave the pillars broken, let the kingdom fall. Do not attempt to resurrect the perimeter wall. History will document the magnitude of the slide, a breathtaking empire that committed suicide. We surrender the territory back to the wild earth, acknowledge the tragedy, accept the total death. Crumbling down, turning to dust, losing the track. Crumbling down, higher, turning to dust. We are standing in the center of a ruined love, abandoned by the heavens and the stars above. A spectacular collapse of an architectural dream, ripped completely apart at the central sea. Yeah. The artifacts are buried underneath the gray ash, a tragic casualty of an emotional crash. No construction crew can rebuild what we lost, paying the ultimate catastrophic cost. Buried alive inside this ruined love. The dust settles over the ancient stone, a spectacular tragedy sitting alone.
for an empire. Ruin love.
Polished jewelry sits on the marble shelf, a glittering reflection of my lonely self. We painted the dry wall with an expensive sheen, creating the most magnificent illusion ever seen. But the veneer is flaking, exposing the pine, a cheap imitation of a love once divine. I wear your promises like a priceless ring, unaware of the poison hidden in the sting.
We minted currency that had no real weight, trading counterfeit affection to decide our fate. A grand facade erected in a desert town, waiting for the first gust to blow it all down.
Your laughter sounds metallic like a copper bell, ringing through the hallways of our custom-made hell.
We bought the trophies, but we lost the game, investing everything in a meaningless name. We are worshipping idols made of painted clay, watching our grand empire slowly decay, polishing the surface while the center rots away, paying a premium for the roles we play. Oh, it is nothing but hollow gold we hold, a superficial treasure, deceptively cold, shining under spotlights, vacant inside, a glittering casket where our secrets hide. We traded substance for a brilliant glow, putting on a spectacle, a beautiful show. But value vanishes when the truth is told, bankrupt and broken from this hollow gold.
The bank accounts are full, but the vault is bare, breathing in the stale, suffocating air.
I trace the gilded edges of our picture frame, realizing the picture doesn't look the same. We are rich in metrics, poor in actual soul, struggling desperately to make the fractions whole. An expensive perfume masks the scent of decay, as we watch our golden hour fade to slate gray. Fool's paradise built on a mountain of sand, slipping like liquid through my trembling hand. The crown is too heavy for a head so weak, blinding our vision to the wisdom we seek. We are worshipping idols made of painted clay, watching our grand empire slowly decay, polishing the surface while the center rots away, paying a premium for the roles we play. Oh, it is nothing but hollow gold we hold, a superficial treasure, deceptively cold, shining under spotlights, vacant inside, a glittering casket where our secrets hide. We traded substance for a brilliant glow, putting on a spectacle, a beautiful show. But value vanishes when the truth is told, bankrupt and broken from this hollow gold. Melt it down, strip the outer crust, watch our investment crumble into rust. The appraisal is in, the verdict is clear, nothing of value was ever kept here. A beautiful bankruptcy, a wealthy despair, leaving our heavy pockets completely bare. All that glitters is not real. the gilding scrape away. Nothing left for us to say. Empty pockets, hollow gold. Carved from a block of solitary weeping pine, forced to perform along a perfectly straight line. You tied the transparent nylon to my wooden wrist, commanding my body into a complicated twist. I danced for the amusement of your vicious crowd, while you shouted your stage directions far too loud. My painted smile conceals a terrifying lack of will, begging for the terrible choreography to stand still.
Sitting in the rafters looking at the floor below, the absolute master of a terrifying puppet show.
I manipulate the levers with a tyrannical grip, ensuring that your elegant pirouette doesn't slip. The theater is packed with an audience of ghosts, cheering for the tragedy that my vanity hosts. I thought control was equivalent to actual care, but I am just suspending a captive in the air. The tension is mounting upon the heavy thread, a spectacular performance of the living dead. Autonomy is stolen, the movements are fake, waiting for the fragile mechanism to finally break. Oh, we are collapsing under these broken strings, a fallen marionette that no longer sings. The gravity returns and smashes us to the ground. A beautiful liberation without a single sound. We sever the attachment, we cut the final tie, refusing to participate in this choreographed lie. Tangled up together in the middle of the stage, escaping from the invisible theatrical cage, saved by the mercy of the broken string.
The scissors glisten under the theatrical light, slicing through the domination of the endless night. I watch your limbs give way as the connection dies, a horrifying freedom reflected in your glassy eyes. The spotlight flickers and the audience departs, leaving behind a pair of disconnected hearts, lying on the hardwood, motionless and entirely free, finally reclaiming the sovereignty inside of me. The joints are stiff, the varnish begins to peel, but for the very first time the paralysis is real. No more dancing to a rhythm I absolutely despise, removing the strings and cutting the ties. The tension is mounting upon the heavy fret, a spectacular performance of the living dead. Autonomy is stolen, the movements are fake, waiting for the fragile mechanism to finally break. Oh, we are collapsing under these broken strings, a fallen marionette that no longer sings. The gravity returns and smashes us to the ground, a beautiful liberation without a single sound. We sever the attachment, we cut the final tie, refusing to participate in this choreographed lie. Tangled up together in the middle of the stage, escaping from the invisible theatrical cage, saved by the mercy
curtain close, the heavy velvet drape celebrate the chaos of a magnificent escape. The puppeteer is weeping, the wooden doll is still. No more surrendering to an external will. Leave the tangled mess right where it ultimately fell. A terrifying heaven replacing a controlled hell. Snap the cord, fall down hard, a discarded shard. We are collapsing under these broken strings. Under these broken strings, marionette that no longer sings. The gravity returns, smashes us to the ground. A beautiful liberation without a single sound. We sever the attachment, we cut the final tie. Refusing to participate in this choreographed lie. Tangled up together in the middle of the stage, escaping from the invisible theatrical cage. Saved by the mercy of the broken strings. No more dancing, the show is done, emotionless. Victory has finally been won. Cut the cord, broken strings. Draping this heavy cloak across my shivering skin, hiding the brutal war that I am fighting within. The fabric is woven with a gentle dark thread, a cushion of comfort for my exhausted head. I sink into the plushness of a quiet despair, running my trembling fingers through your absent hair. Tears fall like pearls upon a darkened rug, wrapped in the tightness of an invisible hug. Correction per structure rule, a blade of pure steel, pretending this elegant numbness is not real. I trace the rich patterns of our ruined design, sewing my jagged heartbeat directly into thine. The parlor is dimly lit with a burgundy glow, masking the undertow, dragging me below. A tailored suit of sadness fitting perfectly right, buttoning up the grief for another endless night. Wrapped inside the folds of a beautiful lake, sleeping through a nightmare from which we never wake. Soft to the touch, but crushing to the bone, sitting like monarchs on an isolated throne. Oh, this velvet sorrow wraps around my throat, sailing a river of tears in a sinking boat. It strokes my bruised cheek with a gentle glove, the softest execution of our dying love. We suffocate beneath the weight of luxury, a gorgeous prison offering no amnesty, bleeding out gracefully on tomorrow, swallowed completely by the velvet sorrow. Silk curtains drawn against the blinding sun, refusing to admit the damage has been done. The mattress remembers the shape of our spine, drinking melancholy like an aged wine. I polish the antique clocks that refuse to tick, playing a parlor game that makes me feel sick. Running my palm against the tufted chair, breathing the lavender scent lingering in the air. The softness lies to me, claiming it protects, while slowly destroying the hope it collects. Opulence masking a terrifying void, a gorgeous tapestry we foolishly destroy, wrapped inside the folds of a beautiful lake, sleeping through a nightmare from which we never wake. Soft to the touch, but crushing to the bone, sitting like monarchs on an isolated throne. Oh, this velvet sorrow wraps around my throat, sailing a river of tears in a sinking boat. It strokes my bruised cheek with a gentle glove, the softest execution of our dying love. We suffocate beneath the weight of luxury, a gorgeous prison offering no amnesty, bleeding out gracefully on tomorrow, swallowed completely by the velvet sorrow. Against the skin, heavy on the chest, putting our weary, broken souls to rest. So soft, too dark, erase them all. This velvet sorrow wraps around my throat, sailing a river of tears in a sinking boat. It strokes my bruised cheek with a gentle glow, the softest execution of our dying love. We suffocate beneath the weight of luxury, a gorgeous prison offering no amnesty, bleeding out gracefully on tomorrow, swallowed completely by the velvet sorrow. Brush the fabric, feel the gloom, haunting the corners of a quiet room. Silky tears, velvet sorrow. Velvet sorrow. I'm standing on the edge of a jagged limestone cliff. My heart is a vessel that's frozen and stiff. I see the emerald abyss calling out my name, and I know that my life will never be the same. I'm swimming in the currents of your tidal wave, looking for a shore that I'm unable to save. The salt is in my lungs and the pressure is high. I'm learning how to sink beneath the sapphire sky. The surface is a mirror, the bottom is a bed. Forget all the warnings that the lighthouse said. We're going under, downward still. We're in deep water, losing our breath. A love that is stronger than life or than death. The anchors are dragging, the chains are all loose. the deep water.
The sunlight is a needle piercing through the blue, but it can't reach the places where I'm holding you. The whales are all singing a mournful refrain to wash out the rhythm of the terrestrial pain.
My lungs are expanding with the weight of the sea, finally escaping the person I used to be. There's no oxygen here, but I've never felt so whole in this liquid cathedral, this trench of the soul. The surface is a mirror, the bottom is a bed. Forget all the warnings that the lighthouse said. We're going under, down where it's still. We're in deep water, losing our breath. A love that is stronger than life or than death. The anchors are dragging, the chains are all loose. We're tied to a feeling, a beautiful news. Surrender your soul to the deep water.
Don't kick for the air. The silence is mercy, the dark is a prayer. Let the gravity take what it's wanted for years and drown out the sound of our terrestrial fears.
Down, down,
so peaceful,
so blue. Just me and you. The grandfather clock strikes 12 against the quiet hall, watching the headlights sweep across my bedroom wall. Insomnia settles in like an uninvited guest, refusing to grant my anxious mind a second of rest.
I toss the heavy quilt
Off my sweating skin, wondering exactly where this loneliness begins. Counting the sheep, but they turn into my regrets. Smoking the last of my stale cigarettes.
pacing the floorboards until the wood begins to creak, searching for the courage that I completely lack to speak. The city is snoring down below my balcony view, while I am entirely consumed by the thought of you. My coffee is cold, sitting untouched in the mug, staring intently at the patterns on this Persian rug. The mattress feels like a bed of rusty nails, a maritime voyage where the navigation fails. The witching hour amplifies the lingering doubt, turning the volume up on what we cry about. No distractions exist
blue.
The constellation shifts outside the window pane, cosmic reminder that my efforts are in vain. I dial your number, but I hang up at the dial tone, terrified to confirm that I am actually alone. The refrigerator hums a terribly monotonous pitch,
Scratching a phantom limb, an unreachable itch. My reflection looks exhausted inside the vanity glass, waiting for these excruciating hours to finally pass. The television flickers with a static snowy screen, a perfect representation of the places I have been. Every memory replays in high definition dread, a cinema of a failure screening right inside my head. The witching hour amplifies a lingering doubt, turning the volume up on what we cry about. No distractions exist when the universe sleeps, opening the vault where the sorrow slowly creeps. Oh, suffering deeply from these midnight blues, walking a marathon in a pair of heavy shoes. The moon is a spotlight, exposing every flaw, trapped inside the grip of an emotional core. We analyze the past until our brains are sore, pounding our fist upon a permanently locked door, begging the dawn to arrive and bring the news. But we are stuck right here with the midnight blues. Slicing my patience in half, looking at an old faded crinkled photograph. Time is moving backwards in this solitary zone, stripping the meat completely off the emotional bone. We pray for the sunrise to scatter the despair, but the hands of the clock are frozen midair. Wide awake, bones ache, heart break. Wow, wide awake, bones ache, bones ache, bones ache, heart break, heart break. Ah, suffering deeply from these midnight blues, walking a marathon in a pair of heavy shoes. The moon is a spotlight, exposing every flaw, trapped inside the grip of an emotional claw. We analyze the past until our brains are sore, pounding our fists upon a permanently locked door, begging the dawn to arrive and bring the news. But we are stuck right here with the midnight blues. Keep your eyes open, stare at the ceiling, unable to numb this agonizing feeling. Late night, midnight blues. The harvest is over and the fields are all bare. There's a scent of wood smoke hanging in the air. I'm leaning on the porch watching daylight expire, while the horizon is burning like a low burning fire. I got a pocket full of copper and a heart full of lead, thinking about the heavy words that we both said. The shadows are stretching like giants on the grass, waiting for this weary hour to finally pass. The wind is a whisper, the crickets are loud. We're hiding our faces in a linen cloud. The day is retreating, giving up the fight underneath the copper sky. beautiful moment of a jagged grief, watching the world burn under a copper sky.
I'll tune my resonator to an open G and sing to the ghosts of who we used to be. The river is a ribbon of shimmer and rust,
turning our kingdom of marble to dust. I've stitched every memory into a quilt to cover the holes of the houses we built. The crows are all circling the old sycamore while I'm pacing the boards of this hollow floor. The wind is a whisper, the crickets are loud. We're hiding our faces in a linen cloud. The day is retreating, giving up the fight underneath the copper sky. Everything is gold, a story of a passion that's growing old. It's the color of a penny, the color of a leaf, a beautiful moment of a jagged grief, watching the world burn under a copper sky. Before the night falls is the only thing that answers when my spirit calls.
copper rusting away.
Before the blue, before the gray, underneath the copper sky, everything is gold, a story of a passion that's growing old. It's the color of a penny, the color of a leaf, a beautiful moment of a jagged grief, watching the world burn under a copper sky. Burn on copper sky,
Fade to black.
Spiders spin their silken traps across the ceiling beam, catching flies and weaving a deceptive sticky scheme. I am stumbling blindly through a complicated maze, wandering inside this thick impenetrable haze. Every statement you delivered was a woven trap, erasing every logical direction off the map. I trip over the paragraphs you cleverly designed, leaving every shred of simple honesty behind.
The sailor's knot pulled viciously tied around my wrist, a labyrinth of alibis completely lost and twisted. I try to solve the puzzle, but the pieces never fit, navigating through the bottom of a snake-filled pit.
The rigging on our vessel is an absolute disaster, spinning out of our control, unraveling much faster. I pull a single string and suddenly the whole thing binds, creating a chaotic mess inside our frantic minds. Twisting, turning, wrapping around the throat, sinking quickly inside this fabricated bolt. The snare is set, the mechanism locks, trapped inside this suffocating paradox. Oh, we are prisoners of this tangled truth, wasting the messy combination of sincerity and lies, hiding the reality behind a dense disguise. We knitted a disaster out of complicated yarn, burning down the harvest while protecting the barn. Strangled by the secrets we refuse to untie, caught inside a tangled truth, waiting to die.
Creeping ivy suffocates the branches of the oak, choking out the daylight with a vegetative cloak. I try to chop the thicket, but the vines are way too strong, binding us to everything we ever did wrong. The brambles scrape my ankles as I try to walk away, but the undergrowth insists that I am obligated to stay. My knitting needles broke under the pressure of the weave. I manufactured a reality I don't even believe. The sweater is unraveling, exposing all the holes, revealing the corruption hiding deep within our souls. I try to stitch the fabric, but the needle lost its hide, sewing up a bandage on a wound and multiply, twisting, turning, wrapping around the throat, sinking quickly inside this fabricated bow. The snare is set, the mechanism locks, trapped inside the suffocating paradox. So we are prisoners of this tangled truth, wasting the innocence of our fleeting youth. A messy combination of sincerity and lies, hiding the reality behind a dense disguise. We knitted a disaster out of complicated yarn, burning down the harvest while protecting the barn. Strangled by the secrets we refuse to untie, caught inside a tangled truth, waiting to die. And burn the barrel, cutting through the falsehood, slicing through the cord, smiting this deception with a heavy, righteous sword. So tight, a messy knot. Look what we call. We refuse to untie, caught inside a tangled truth, waiting to die. Sever the strings, let the lie fall, nothing left to connect us at all. Loose ends, tangled truth.